it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. Today is another Inspire Create Challenge day, and this is my project for the challenge. It's a colour challenge, and the colours we are working with are Mint Macaron, Daffodil Delight and Pool Party. I am using 2 items from Sale-a-bration as the basis for my project. One is from the just released second release of Sale-a-bration, which went live on Friday last week, and it's the Country Floral Dynamic Textured Impressions Embossing folder. It's a level 1 item, so you can get it with just one £45 order. So if you have a £45 order and want this, just pop into the online store, which is linked below. Use the host code, and then you get to have even more goodies, because I split any stamping rewards that are earned through using the host code between everybody who uses it. But you can then get this beautiful, beautiful Dynamic Textures Impressions Embossing folder. Now, it says it coordinates with the Gingham Gala suite in the Spring Summer catalogue. I think it goes with anything, frankly. So these are the other items for the new release. So we've got another stamp set, and then we've got a bundle. That's a level 1. Then we've got this bundle, which is a stamp set and matching paper, and it's the Painted Seasons bundle. I've been doing some projects on that, so I'm not going to linger on that. But yeah, so I have already embossed. Oh, and the other item I'm using that is Sale-a-bration, should say, is one of the stamps from the Part of My Story. And I've also got a sneak peek of something that's coming in March, but we'll come to that in a moment. So, I have already embossed a piece of Whisper White cardstock with the Textured Impressions Embossing folder. This is it. It is really deep. So it really is a proper 3D impression. Now, you can ink it up with sponge daubers. It works. It's just... So I have grabbed some stamping blends, because we've got them in the colours that we're using. So I've got Daffodil Delight in the combo, I've got Mint Macaron in the combo, and I've got Pool Party just as the dark. And it's as simple as just pick the colour you want to use. I've been using the brush end for most of this, because I'm sweeping over large areas, and I'm just finding where there's a raised area and just colouring it very roughly. Now, because I've used the ordinary Whisper White cardstock, it does help spread the ink a bit, so it helps smooth out some of the not particularly brilliant colouring that I'm doing here, particularly doing it live. I will zoom in a moment to see if I can show you a bit closer what I'm doing. I then have to make sure that I've got... Right, so all I'm doing, if I do this... if I do this corner piece here, I'm literally just with the side of the brush end coming in. And then if I pop, are we still in shot? Yes. One of the disadvantages when you're zoomed in is you kind of have no idea where you are on your piece or on your film. I set up so that I do know where I am, and then if I move the camera, it's not so easy. So am I in? Yes. So the smaller flowers, actually those I did in the dark, it's these smaller flowers I've done in the light, and again I'm just kind of gently touching onto the raised area, and it does spread out quite nicely. I'm going to zoom out now, because otherwise you're going to find that you can't see. Ooh, and I've twisted the camera. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Yes, otherwise I'll end up being out of shot if I don't come back up. Right, so I did small flowers in the pale Daffodil Delight, or the light Daffodil Delight, if you like. So I'm just trying to find all the, what I'm calling small flowers, which are the ones that don't have a centre to them, because some of them do have a centre and some of them don't. So I think that is all of the small ones. That's better. Then I will be coming back in with that. The dark Daffodil Delight, I'm just popping on the larger flowers, and again I'm not fussed if it's a bit scrabbly at the edges. This really is just to give an impression, and it does a pretty good job so long as you touch the pen to the paper or the card. It does kind of do quite a lot of the work for you, which is always good. Right, these ones here. This big one here. So yes, sale-a-bration is going on, but in March there's going to be even more stuff to tempt you, just saying. And those are going to be items that are limited release to buy, but we'll go with some of the sale-a-bration items. We're calling it sale-a-bration coordination. So yes, it's going to be lovely. I have shown you some of those items already, including the dies that go with the Painted Seasons bundle, which are gorgeous. So something just to keep you tempted. But I would remind you that everything in sale-a-bration is while stocks last. So I'm just coming in with the light Daffodil Delight to go into the centres, and it kind of helps smooth out any bits that are a bit weird. So just like that. Then with the dark mint macaron, I'm taking what I call the large leaves, which are the ones that are raised. And again, I'm just kind of introducing the pen to the paper, the card, and letting the ink do most of the work. I've just realised I've missed a flower. Come back and do that in a minute. 2 flowers. So yes, everything is while stocks last. We've already lost the organdy ribbon. We are still under threat of losing the foils and the Precious Parcel card kit. So last time I looked, they were still available, but I filmed this quite a while ago, so they may not now be available. So do bear in mind that if there is something that you want from sale-a-bration, not hanging around is a really good idea. That's all of those. I'm just going to come back in with the pale yellow to pick up the bits that I've missed, which I now can't find. Oh, there we are. And that actually just needs touching up. Probably it should have been in dark, but it's fine. Right, in the light mint macaron, I'm going to do the leaves that are more set back, and I don't know why I've decided to use the bullet end. I'll change that. Oh, I found another flower I haven't done. Ho-hum. So, although this takes a wee while, it's not that long. It's just a bit of fun, really. So, right. And that sort of leaf, that's leaf. So it's really just to give a hint of the colour. Don't worry too much, particularly with these paler, smaller bits. Don't worry too much if you don't pick it all up. It is all just to give an impression. And as I say, if you miss some bits out, it's really not the end of the world. Just do a quick scan. No, I think I've got all of those. Do need to come back in and just touch up. There were some flowers I'd missed. There we are. Did I miss any others? I thought there was another one I missed. Maybe not. Maybe I'll find it in a moment. Anyway, Pool Party is for the last ones, and this is really just to give a kind of nice pop, because the Pool Party does give a really nice bright pop of colour. I never thought of Pool Party as being a pop until I did it with this combination and in this way, but it works really nicely. So I have to say I have cased this from the brochure, because I'll bring it back in a moment. This is basically what has been done in the brochure. Whether they've used blends or whether they've used something else, I don't know. But the idea of taking the embossed piece and colouring it is far from original. It is a complete lift. But I like doing the odd lift every now and again, just make it your own. If you do case from an individual, for example, I'm always happy for people to case from me. All I would say is it's polite just to give them credit, and just to say, you know, I saw this idea with a video that Liz had done, and this is my take on it. As I say, I think that's just polite, but I'm always happy for people to case once they've got that in mind. So, where I say I was taking it as a straight lift, if you see here, they've coloured the images. So, yeah, I've just copy and share everything. Right, okay, I've got a piece of Pool Party ribbon, which I'm also going to add on. Can't decide whether to go that way up or that way up. Might go that way up again. I've also got a scrap of Whisper White and the same stamp. Here's to those who inspire us and don't even know it. Grab the, where are we time-wise? 12 minutes. I've done worse. Grab the mint macaron ink. Stamp that in the middle of my scrap of paper. And I will need that ink again. I've got the, now what's this called? Ooh, there's a thing. Can't remember, but it's going to be available from the 1st of March. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous label punch. Now there is a rumour that it might carry over, but that is only a rumour at the moment. I don't actually know. I've got a sponge dauber and I'm just going round the edge just to help give it a bit more of a distinctive look against the embossed piece. So that's that. That is now all I need that for. So we'll close it. I've got a piece of Daffodil Delight. It's a half sheet of A4 that I've just scored down the middle. And once upon a time, I had a bone folder. Oh, when do I ever learn? There we are. There it is. So that's a quick bit of bone foldering. Then pop that away for the moment. Now I have got some fast fuse left, so I'm going to just use it for speed on the back of here, because it is quite good for sticking ribbon down, but you can use tear and tape. That would work very well. I'm going to just line that up so that I know where my ribbon's going. And it's going there. And then grab some adhesive, my favourite Tombow. Now, one of the things I would say is that if you are doing any form of dry embossing, so using an embossing folder would be dry embossing, personally, I find liquid adhesive best because it's going to catch on the raised areas, and also if you were to use snail, A, wouldn't necessarily catch the areas that you need, but also you may squish your lovely embossing, which would be a shame. So pop that down, grab my stamped piece and some dimensionals. Just make sure those are down and then pull up the pieces and there we go. So that is my card for today for our colour challenge. Mint Macaron, Pool Party and Daffodil Delight. I hope you found that interesting, fun. Try it with other embossing folders as well, but obviously if you would like this embossing folder, just sort yourself out a £45 order or multiple thereof. If you want to put in an order for £90, you can select 2 level 1 or 1 level 2 item. So the bundle of the Painted Seasons stamps and matching papers would be a level 2, for example, and then we've got the level 2s from the original sets, which are the Lasting Lily and the Tea Time framelets. Now I know that the Tea Time framelets are going to carry over into the new annual catalogue. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching. Do go and have a look at my blog, which is linked immediately below. You'll find there's an associated blog post link. If you go there, you'll find a link to the Inspire Create Challenge group, where you'll see everybody else's projects. I have seen some of them at the point where I'm filming this, but not all of them. And the ones that I've seen so far are gorgeous. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.